Now, in case of preschool administrators, they have also very specific roles to play. When we look to a preschool, along with providing quality education, skill building exercises for the kids, as well as providing right direction and right counseling to the parents, it is also very, very important for the administrators to ensure that the preschool is running as a business unit, because running any organization, whether it is an educational institute or any other institute, it requires finance, it requires lots of resources, and such requirements has to be managed well, and administrators are the important components of any organization to ensure that such things are taken care of without much difficulty. Now, if you look to the administrators in a preschool, they generally have three roles to play. Number one is the role towards the children, because children are the center part of preschools. Second role is the role towards the organization, because preschool as an organization, it has lots of things to perform. So administrators has got the pivotal roles to play in running that organization. And third role is towards the parents. Parents are the another set of stakeholders who have put their children with complete trust of the preschools. Understanding that responsibility and fulfilling them is also the responsibility and roles of the preschool administrator. Now, going to each one of them, let's understand the roles towards the children. What are the basic roles that an administrator in a preschool should play in order to take care of the roles toward the children who are coming to get their skills right? Number one is clear cut inculcation of values and skills to the kids. Now, there are a lot of things has to be done in the age group of 2 to 6 years of age. If those things are not taken care of during such age, then the child will lag behind while the child will be in mainstream education. Therefore, it becomes utmost important for the administrator to know what are those values, what are those skills, and ensure that the system that is placed in the preschool are taking care of inculcation of those values and skills among kids. Second is that creation of safe and secure environment. Children of 2 to 6 years of age, their very nature is run here and there, jump from one place to another place. And this is very, very natural. We cannot expect the children will come and sit quiet. And if a child is coming and sitting quiet, that means that is something wrong in the child. So they will be very, very, naughty in that sense. They will be moving here and there. And to ensure that while they do such kind of activities in school, their physical body must be taken care of. If they're running, they should not get hurt by themselves. So ensuring all such of things, for example, bringing light uh, weighted furnitures. Furniture's edges should be round shaped. So these are few things which are to be taken care of by the administrator, and right training must be given to the staffs and other people who are taking care of the children's safety and security. Kids' physical and mental health needs. When the child grows during the 2 to 6 years of age, there is a huge need for the physical body as well as towards the mental body. So understanding them and working towards them is very, very important. And this must be the role of the administrator. Emotionally, also kids needs to be taken care in a bigger way. Now, when a child is leaving the household, coming first time to the school setup, then there is a huge change and huge deviation in the emotional well-being of the child. When the child is getting away from the parents, whom the child feels they are the most important and safe people around, and when they are not around, then there is a huge burden on the emotional health of the child. And taking care of them is definitely is a skill, and definitely that needs a system to be in place. So all such things are the roles of the administrators in the school. Kids satisfaction, they want to play, they want to go here and there, they want to jump, they want to sing, they do all such of things. And if they are not allowed to do all these things, definitely there is a sense of dissatisfaction. And the dissatisfaction may lead to child's denial to come to the school. And to ensure that child is happy and coming to school every day, a system has to be developed in the school which should be the responsibility of the administrator. And finally, the role towards children is that education is the prime objective. Having said that, child wants to play, they want to go here and there, they want to do various other things, but behind everything, every activities, the education, providing the right education should be the prime objective, and that should be taken care by the administrator. Now, moving further, their role towards organization. And here I feel for an administrator, the role towards organization plays most important role. If the organization is not in a good financial health or good operational health, then rest of the things or responsibility toward the children and parents may also suffer. So under these roles towards organization, first and foremost thing is that defining and formulating the objectives for the preschool. Different preschools are set up to take care of all the common goal of education for the child, but there are various other things each and every preschools they set up for themselves. And that's the reason, and setting up different objectives make a school a different entity altogether. And administrators are the central position to define such objectives for the organization so that they can be unique in nature. Then, while they define and formulate the objective, carrying out them, executing such objectives are also important and it must be fulfilled. Simply defining and documenting the objectives are not enough. When such things will be formulated, later it will be executed, and that will be reflected in the overall growth of the children, then only the uniqueness and the value of the school will be realized by the parent. So doing all such things should be the central role of the administrator. Then when we run any preschool as a business unit, there are a lot of other things to be taken into account, which we call environmental factors. So environmental factors are typically done by one method, which is called as SWOT method, SWOT method. S stands for strength, W stands for weakness, O stands for opportunity, and T stands for threats. So any organization we run, we go through these four things. it should be certain strength, it has got certain weaknesses, it has got certain opportunity, as well as it has got certain threats. Now, taking the positives in terms of strength and uh, opportunity, and dealing diligently with weakness and threat should be the important roles for the administrator. Strong monitoring and control system is also important. When we lay certain rules, certain regulations, all the staff members must be abiding to them, and there must be certain system in place which should ensure that all the rules and regulations are being followed without any deviation, and the administrator should be able to do that without any difficulty. So these are the role towards organization. Apart from that, related to external environment, as I said, there are four components: strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. In that, opportunity and threat are the external environment, and strength and opportunities, or strength and weaknesses, are the internal factors. So now, dealing with external environment, that requires material supplies to the preschools, because running any organization including preschools, we need various supplies. That could be the uniform, that could be the art and craft material, that could be the furniture, that could be the water supplies. So managing all these things should be the role of the administrator. Manpower recruitment. Recruitment is a very, very important component of running any organization. Getting the right people, providing them right training, ensuring them their job roles are clear. So all such things, manpower related things, should be the central role of the administrator. Financial management is very, very important. Running any organization requires a very, very healthy and disciplined financial arrangements, and financial arrangements must be done by the administrator. Therefore, it is very, very important that the administrator should have a very, very sound knowledge on the financial aspects of running organization. Any organization will run well if they have the customers with them. In case of preschools, the customer are the children. If student admission is not happening, then there is nothing to run or nothing to do in a school. So ensuring the right amount of admission, right quality of admission should be the responsibility of the administrator. Then regulatory agency management. Now, with national education policy in place, different states are coming out with different regulatory requirements for running preschools. Some point of time that it requires only a sub and establishment certificate from the municipal corporation to run a preschool in any locality, any location, any building. But gradually, that is becoming more structured, more regulatory things are coming into place, and understanding them, realizing them, and getting such regulations introduced in the school should be also the important role of the administrator. Press, media, and PR. These are the part and parcel of organization running organizations. Creating press releases, understanding the media, and providing very, very right and apt news about the school, and managing PRs are also the roles of the administrator. Technology change and adoption. There was a study, it was identified, if an administrator is very pro towards technology, the probability that the organization will grow faster is much, much higher than those administrators who are not very pro towards the technology changes, and adapting such technological changes. So these are the external environment where the administrator's understanding, role, and adoption is very, very important. Now, towards operational management, because day to day management of the school, administrator has a role to play. First in is the material management. Now, material management is very, very crucial. Now, for example, last year, if a school is having 50 admissions, and this year the school is expecting 60, 70, 80, 90, that administrator must have some gut feeling and understanding about the market. And based on that, all the material management has to happen in terms of uniform, in terms of books, in terms of their furniture, in terms of their art supplies. All these things has to be managed well based on the total number of admission. So this is a part of the operation management. And if these things are not done quite well, then the school's growth will be very, very difficult to happen. Similarly, information management. As I said, there are information about various regulation of government of India and various local government. If we do not have that information, then managing organizations will be very, very difficult. So that has to be taken care of, and the administrators should be in the right position to do that. Then we should have quality management. Quality management will be understanding in details in our forthcoming sessions. But quality management is very important in order to whatever processes, whatever protocols are defined for the school to run as an unique organization. If those things are not managed well, if those things are not followed well, then the school cannot grow further. So administrators' job is to ensure that quality management system is in place. All these things, those are defined for the school to be performed, they have to be performed. If such things are kept under blanket, or those things are not being taken very, very seriously, schools' future growth will be very, very difficult. So these are the things or roles for the administrators toward the organization. Let's understand that role of an administrator towards the parents. Parents are the pivotal role or important component of the preschool organization. If parents are happy, school is growing. Parents are unhappy, school will be not in a position to thrive. So few things the administrator must keep it in mind while running the school in a very, very professional way. Number one is the complete awareness on the developmental milestone. Today, if we look parents' expectation from the school, it's very, very unreal and unrelevant. Meaning, the parents' expectation in terms of skill development is far, far away from the reality, what should have been done for a child in that particular age. Therefore, developmental milestones are much, much important and very, very crucial than any amount of curricular development. If developmental milestone in terms of internal growth and development is taken place quite well, external knowledge will not be difficult to acquire. So that awareness has to be there among each and every parents. And therefore, the responsibility of the administrator is to ensure that each and every parent is aware about that. Child psychology is very, very important to manage a child at least until 6 years of age. Learning a skill, adopting some habitual behavior, lot of things that administrator must understand, and they must be skilled in that. It's not like that anybody can come from managerial background and be a manager, be an administrator. But if they are lacking some skill on child psychology, then they will be not in a very, very comfortable position to do that job of a preschool administrator. So child psychology is a must uh, category of skills that an administrator should know. Then being a teacher at home for the parents, how the continuation of preschool system can be managed at home, that requirement has to be done by the administrator. Sometimes when the child is coming to the preschools, then we take care of the school adaptation. If school adaptation and household adaptation or continuation of such discipline is not uh, continued, then there may be dilemma, there may be dual things in the child's mind, which may be detrimental for overall growth of the child. Discipline management is at most important. If in that 4 to 5 years of age, 2 to 6 years, if the discipline is established, then rest assured that the child will not be indisciplined in any point of the future life. School policy regulation and teaching plans are very, very important factor for the parents to collaborate with the school. If they are unaware about the regulation, policy, and teaching plans, they may be sending their children, but making the child's growth as optimal growth, parent may not contribute towards that. Fee collection, that sounds very, very uh, uh, not a kind of good thing to be discussed, but this has to be understood, and the administrator must have that skill how the fee collection has to be taken place without creating a lot of uncomfortability or uncomfortable situation for both school as well as for parents. And finally, the regular counseling on various aspects of early child care and education. ECC has got a very, very well defined framework of skill development and overall health, nutrition of the child in the uh, age group of 2 to 6 years. And knowing them in a very simpler terms will make a lot of things easy for the child to grow as a great human being. So overall, the administrator's job is to ensure that there must be a good relationship with parents, there must be a good relationship with the kids, there must be good relationship with the staffs and teachers in the school. Then only the basic purpose and objective of the preschools may be achieved. So these are few responsibility and roles that an administrator can play to ensure that preschools they grow quite well and achieve their basic objectives. And to have such skills and to execute such roles, they must be skilled in such areas. If they are not skilled, they can take up some short-term courses or a regular management program, which will help them to identify what kind of skills they must learn to carry out such roles and responsibilities. Thank you so much. We'll catch up with new concept and new session about preschool management in our next session. Thank you so much.